Hello, I am Mrs. Ficker, and I am probably your student's 8th grade US History teacher. I only teach one section of 8th grade US History, but I do the exact same thing that other 8th grade US History teachers do. So if your student has a friend, or if your friend has a son or daughter and a different teacher, then we're all doing the same thing. So right when I'm making this video, we're about a little more than halfway through September, a little more than halfway through our first term. And we've been doing a lot of exciting things so far. We are talking all about called the Three Worlds Meet. We've talked about ancient civilizations here in the American continents, about Native American groups, and now we're kind of talking about people in Europe and the Vikings and why they decided to leave, and we're getting into exploration, and we'll get into how those explorers end up in America and what that causes. So I just want to review a couple topics or a couple things with you. So number one, I'm going to flip my camera so you don't have to see me anymore. I didn't really want you to see my feet though either. So your student should have a packet just like this. And this is where we do all of our notes. On the day of the unit test, they will get to use this packet. So it's very helpful if they have it filled out because all the answers are right inside. But they will also turn this into me after their unit test and we'll get a grade on whether or not this is completed. So I'm going to show you inside the packet just a little bit. There's just different pages. So usually in class, sometimes it's group work, sometimes it's on Canvas. Right now, and again, this is early, we're just finished page 10 today in class. But by the time you watch this for parent-teacher conferences, we'll be further along in the packet. So that is one thing that affects their grades quite significantly. So you might want to say to your son or daughter, hey, I want to see your U.S. history packet, and kind of go through and make sure your student has it filled out. Most students are pretty good about filling it out. Some students fill out very minimal. Some students fill out more. And I try and tell them, like, hey, if that's underlined in my PowerPoint, it should be in your packet. And some do that, some don't. But again, test or open note, and so it's very helpful if your student has this filled out. By the time parent-teacher conferences come along, one of the other big assignments your student will have to do is an Explorer presentation. When we get in just a couple days in class, we will get to that topic. Your student will be assigned an Explorer, and then we have a page to fill out, like, this is the information you need, and this is what slide it should be on. We're working a lot on sources, so there's no plagiarism. So you could also ask your student, hey, how's your Explorer research coming? Or I want to see the presentation you're making about your Explorer, because that would be a good place to get information. Also, for students who are missing assignments or missing school because of quarantining or COVID, or just because they might have the stomach flu, and we don't really want to throw up at school either, this is my Canvas page. And so this is a student view. This is what your student will see, or you will see if you log in. So this is the home page, and it's kind of weird because I'm filming a screen with my screen. But if you scroll down, it tells you, so today is September 17th. And so we talked about spices, and we actually were going to do Explore Trade Before Columbus, but we didn't end up starting all of that. So I actually will move that, and that will be on next week's thing. But this will tell you exactly what we did. And so then you can go up here and go to the modules. And here are like all the different pages of the notes. So if your student missed a day, they can click on, we did ancient American civilizations today, if that's what we did. And it will tell them what pages in the packets it goes to. And my computer's being really slow right now, but a Nearpod basically will come up and show you my slide presentation. And then your student can take their notes from there. Oh, it's really being slow, so it's not going to show you maybe our Nearpod presentation. We'll wait for a second. If we took a quiz in class, the quiz is normally also on here. So here we go. The quiz is on here, so your student can get in and enter the quiz. So here's the slide, the PowerPoint. So they just click here, they put their name in, click the arrows. And we've done this in class. They should be familiar with this. As for grades, everything is updated in Skyward, and I try and update multiple times a week, almost every time we have class. So depending on if we have class 2 or 3 times a week, it gets updated in Canvas or in Skyward, so you can check. So here's a couple commonly asked questions. yes, your student can turn in late work. I accept all late work. I accept it for full points. So if your student's missing something, tell them to turn it in. If you're unsure or your student's unsure what the assignment is, tell your student to come talk to me. You can email me and I can help them get those things done. They will get full credit if they turn things in late still. Quizzes there are a few quizzes, no notes are allowed, tested is allowed. But so if your student's unhappy with the quiz score, then they can come talk to me. I do have a retake, like one retake per quiz, but not more than that. So they can come talk to me and I can give them a chance to redo that. So that's kind of how my class runs. I would say mostly if your student has a low score, it's because they just haven't turned things in. So please look at your kids skyward with them, encourage them to turn those things in. Check your kids' packet, make sure they're filling those out, because on test day, we want full points on those packets and we want to be able to use those. And the first or second week of October, we'll be finishing up this packet, and then we move into the early 13 colonies. I guess you don't have to look at my screen anymore. We'll move into the 13 colonies, and that's what we study during the second term a little bit, and then we get into the causes of the American Revolution, which is lots of fun. So we do some fun activities with that. I just wanted you to know I have a very fun history class this year. They're a fun group of kids. I really enjoy teaching them. So thank you for raising good kids and encouraging them to participate and do their work. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to call me, email me, and I am here to help you out. Have a great day.